Suffering sucks, man, but we still need some. You still need some. I still need some. The world wants to escape suffering. It's not something we should necessarily be looking for when it comes to real pain in life. We don't want to go tell people, hey, start mistreating me so that I can experience some suffering. Hey, tell your wife, hey, go cheat on me so that I can experience some suffering. Or go put yourself through physical harm so that you can experience some suffering. That's not what I'm talking about. You're going to get those things either way. So when the kind of suffering that life throws your way that you don't want, you want to have a philosophy of suffering so that you can get something good out of it and not become embittered and think that life is just unfair or somehow you're chosen by fate to live this suffered life. But you're saying, no, I'm going to turn this into something great because I'm greater than whatever it is that I'm facing. And if you choose, then you can put yourself through certain things, self-discipline, the disciplines of life, whether it be in terms of your health, so health and nutrition, physical fitness, losing weight, creating the best body health that you can, financial, learning how to discipline yourself to stop the spending, investing in your relationships, children and spouse, doing better at work or getting that career that you've always wanted, bettering yourself. That all requires discipline. And discipline is suffering because we don't want to do these things. We don't want to do the daily disciplines. We want to avoid these things. We wish it could just be handed to us. We wish the goal was so much easier to achieve, but the goal is not easy to achieve. The goals that are worth anything are difficult to achieve. They come with a price. Right? They come demanding sacrifice. Give yourself for yourself. That's how I define sacrifice. Give yourself for yourself. Sacrifice what you are in order to become what you have the potential to be. Right? But that requires suffering. That requires trial, tribulation, setback, hindrances, things that you've got to climb over, things that you've got to conquer, enemies that you've got to vanquish, ground that you've got to take. This is all a part of this higher life, the higher calling, the higher purpose that you should have governing your life. Not just living like everybody else lives, not just settling for the status quo, not thinking that by having certain material possessions that somehow that's what life is all about. And you're not just competing with people just to have the same things so that you can get on Instagram and show videos of your property, your car, your this, your that. It's okay to share those things. Right? It's okay to share. Hey, I got a new car, man. Check it out. That's great. That's awesome. And you know what I'm talking about the people who got their Porsches and their this and their that, and they're just using it, as a sales ploy to get you to buy their course about how to be a millionaire. You don't have to keep up with everybody else. You just need to become who you need to become. You need to live the life that you need to live. And the greatest life that you can live, that path to greatness is going to be lined with suffering. And so it's going to set you back until you embrace a philosophy of suffering, a way for you to understand and interpret the setbacks of life. To know that you can self-impose, self-discipline on yourself, that's a form of suffering. But then life is going to bring suffering to you. You are going to face unforeseen things in your life that represent trials, setbacks, and pains, things that you've got to push through and overcome. These things will certainly come, and you need to have a way of interpreting those things. You need that philosophy of suffering so that you can understand that you're not being targeted. The universe is not out to get you. This is not one more instance in your long, sad story of a suffering, unjust life that somehow you are unique and you're the only one who has it this bad. No, you don't tell yourself that story anymore. The only story you need to be telling yourself is that you are the hero. You are the one with the hidden power and potential, and you've got so much of that power to discover in your life. But you discover it through the suffering, through the trial, through the setback, through the pain. And with each trial that you overcome, you become that much stronger. You become that much more like the hero. The sketch is being drawn in. It's being outlined. The color is being filled in. You are becoming this other thing, inspired. Inspiration means to breathe life into, to be blown up, to become something greater than you are. There's no way for you to get there without suffering, without trial, without setback, without negative opposing circumstances. You have to face these things. You have to live through these things. You have to have some way that you can understand and categorize them so that they don't knock you out of the fight, so that you don't become, again, embittered and hateful and angry and start taking it out on everybody else. Can you dig it? Hope you can. This is CJ, the Metal Motivator. And remember, in whatever you do, don't suck metal up.